Arron Chambers here. Welcome to day 14 of the Next Steps Ministers Training on Marriage and Family. I am Arron Chambers. I'm a pastor. I'm a writer. I'm a life coach, a marriage coach, and I'm also the director of marriage and family for the Christian Church Leadership Network. And it's an honor to be with you. If you give me 30 minutes today, I'll give you back a more extraordinary marriage. Hopefully this past few days we've been spending together, actually a few weeks, has been helpful and productive. And if you'd like to get in touch with me, there's a way to get in touch with me at the end of this video. Today I want to talk to you about fortification. Fortification is something we do when we've been hurt. I see it a lot in men and women who've been abused as younger people or who've gone through a messy divorce, a heartbreaking relationship. And fortification is when we surround ourselves to protect ourselves. And it's a very natural response, but it hinders intimacy. When you fortify, you make it impossible for someone to connect with you. Now, what we'll do is on the outside of our fortresses, we will write positive things that we want the world to see. But inside the fortress, it is lonely, it is isolating, disorienting, and it's not healthy because God did not intend for us to be alone. So here's the thing about fortification. If you or your spouse are fortified, it's hindering your connections. It's impossible to connect with somebody who's fortified. Okay, it's just picture of fortresses, and there's a moat, and there's all kinds of things separating you. And so we have to take care of this, okay? But here's how it works. Here's a principle when it comes to fortification. A fortress must be assembled from the inside out because any outside attack is an act of terrorism. Let me say it one more time in a different way. If your spouse is fortified because she was abused growing up or she came out of a bad relationship, or for whatever reason, some sort of pain has caused him or her to fortify. To try to force your way into the fortress is an act of terrorism. The only way it can be dealt with is to be disassembled one brick at a time from the inside. And here's how it works. It's a long process. You take one brick out and you build trust. And if you can build trust with your spouse, then you take another brick out and another brick out. But here's what I will tell you. If your wife is fortified and she removes a brick and she is trying to build trust with you and you blow it, then she will refortify and add more bricks this time. Okay, so as far as evaluation today, I want you to spend the next 30 minutes evaluating by just answering this question: am I fortified? I want you to answer that question for yourself, and then I want you to ask your spouse, do you think I'm fortified? And then have a conversation about their answer. And then here's what I want you to do moving forward. Realizing that the fortress can only be disassembled from the inside out, I want you to identify one brick, so to speak, one brick that you can use to build trust with your spouse. I want you to spend a lot of time praying and thinking about this if you need to do this. And then maybe you want to get a real brick and write that on a real brick and keep it someplace where you and your spouse can see it and work on it. Maybe you need to show up when you say you're going to show up. Do what you say you're going to do. Whatever it is you need to do to build trust, be a better husband, be a better father, whatever it is. I really want you to do a lot of soul searching today as you try to build your marriage to a more extraordinary marriage. And it's impossible to have an extraordinary marriage when you're both fortified. All right? Okay, God bless you, and remember who you are.